Hello viewers, this is LordGoron on May 9th, 2012 at about 3:58 a.m. and welcome to Let's Play Super Mario 64 Part 11. Metalhead Mario can move. So now that we have the metal cap right here, we can do this star. I do want to say that initially I said that this video would be made right after the last one. That, however, did not happen despite 2 attempts to make it happen. As you know, I like to make 20-minute videos, and at about the 17-minute marker, my mom decided to call me from the store to ask me a question about school and a couple other things, so it didn't end up happening, but since I was in the middle of this story, I was determined to make another one before I went to bed. So you want to get this for this star, and you just want to follow this path to a switch, and it's pretty much self-explanatory from there. So before I get into the second knife story, the second stab story, there is, one thing that I do want to address first. See, now you just long jump over to the star. Whoops, whoops, whoops. So Dory, which is the official name for that sea monster, you can stand on his or her or whatever's head. There's also a couple other NPCs, including Thwomps, Womps, and a penguin a little later on, that you can also bounce on their head. This is a maze level, so it's not my favorite, but let's do this. So anyway, yeah, you can bounce on their heads, and I was just, I don't know what that's about. Super genius. Whoa, Jesus, I almost saved myself there. Yeah, Super Genius showed the ability to jump on a flamethrower in the last level. He didn't quite do it. I mean, he was trying to do a speedrunning tactic, and it really didn't pan out for him. But he definitely made a solid connection as far as jumping on the flamethrower, so I thought that was pretty interesting. So in the comments, if you could think of any other NPCs or whatever that also, that you can also climb on their heads, I guess, slap those into the comments. So here's the maze. Gonna get into the stabbing story in 1 second. I'm gonna get this coin block just to refill a little bit of my health. So I guess I'll get some coins along the way, maybe get an extra life. So, let's see. I think this coin is on the far, what do you call this? A nook? The far nook. So yes, both my parents are home as of right now. They're both in bed. I'm supposed to be in bed too, but I don't think I'm really going to go to my math class tomorrow, because basically I feel like my time would be better spent studying for my finals tomorrow instead of going to a math class. And one thing to know about my math teacher, I've talked a little bit about my English teacher. My math teacher, I'm in Algebra 1, so I'm in kind of a bonehead algebra class. I was never very good at math, but I'm starting to get a little better now. But my teacher cannot speak English very well. She has a heavy accent, and I'm not gonna specify what race she is, because I think that would be crossing the line a little bit. Yep, just barely got another life. But she doesn't necessarily, I guess it's pretty obvious what race she is. I don't mean that to be racist either, but she sometimes kind of skips vowels. She omits vowels from her speech, and it's just another, reason that it gets a little confusing at times. So yeah, let me just say, yeah, this story actually, and I've told this story a number of times now because of the failed takes. The story basically starts with me failing PE, and yes, a jock failing a PE course. The story behind that is that in middle school, some of my friends who were kind of very gung-ho about the military decided to convince me to take military science, basically telling me that it was a kind of more intense PE course, which really appealed to me. In actuality, it was not. I mean, by the end of class, we were required to do, I think, about 3 pull-ups, I think about, I don't know, 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups. So here's our star that we're getting now. And sometimes it kind of glitches out on me. It kind of makes me fall, even when I'm holding onto the button. If you know why that is, even if it's just a glitch, I mean, if you know the reason, put that in the comments too, because I've seen it happen to other people too. I'm really kind of hesitant to do this, whatever you want to call this, climbing or whatever, in this game in any level because of it, and it actually would help if any of you knew the reason for it. So yeah, I failed oh, okay, well, get to that in a sec. You've recovered 50 power stars. Now you can open the star door on the 3rd floor. Bowser's there, Oh, you found all the cap switches, haven't you? Red, green, and blue? The caps you get from the colored blocks are really helpful. Hurry along now, the 3rd floor is just ahead. Well, we're going to complete the 2nd floor before we do anything in the 3rd floor. Now this star, watch for rolling rocks. I never knew about or anything when this game came out. I never even got it. I never knew anything of it, and I don't really know how you would. I basically found it out from watching Zorlance's videos, so I'm really interested to hear your guys' stories as to how you guys learned of this star. Were you looking around and you saw it, or what? But yes, it is up there. Oops. Come on, I didn't have this much trouble in my failed recording. So yeah. I'm not sure if I mentioned this already too. God, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with wall jumps. There we go. No! But Zorlance was talking about some Final Fantasy guide in one of his videos, which he considered the worst guide of all time. I don't know if any of you guys want to take a look at his videos and see if you can find it. I'm kind of interested if any of you have ever purchased this guide, because I mean, these games were before there was really internet, and I remember playing games without the knowledge of the internet. So when you were stuck, you basically just had to unstick yourself without any assistance or anything. So there's some, I guess, Final Fantasy guide that basically in all of its articles tries to lead you to some website. So I don't know what that's about, but yeah. Okay, so we're ready for a new course. So again, I'll hold off on my topic. Oh yeah, and by the way, the metal cap. Here's our new course. It's called Lethal Lava Land. So Boil the Big Bully. Don't be a pushover. If anyone tries to shove you around, push back. It's one-on-one with a fiery finish for the loser. Yeah, good advice. That was pretty much my staple in school, was bully the bully. I was quite a bully's bully in school. And I'm not even making a joke or trying to be clever or anything. It's actually kind of true. I really couldn't stand bullies, and so I would stand up for the little guy, kind of, and I'd go too far, and I would become a bully when trying to stop bullying. So that's kind of a fun fact. In my failed attempts, I actually learned that this box can survive lava. So that's a, I guess, helpful thing. These are bullies right here, but these aren't the correct bullies. Yeah, this is the correct bully up here. Just want to kill him. I usually jump and kick him like that. And yep, that's exactly how it happened in my fail video, is I just knocked him off my ass when getting burned. My fail video, I nearly completed this level. But anyway, so yes, I failed military science. Our instructor was a racist son of a bitch. Yeah, racist son of a bitch, and we had an Arab girl in the class who was just in the class to not take a regular PE course. She was smarter than me, you know, she knew it wasn't that high of intensity, and whoops, well, whatever. And god damn it, that never happens. And so the instructor, Gunny, who was a gunnery sergeant in the Marines, basically brought her up to the front of the room and said, "This is what the enemy looks like," essentially. In addition to doing that, he basically said that the Army are a bunch of pussies, even though the Army and the Marines are basically doing the same thing, trying to keep our country safe, which is, I don't know, just a really a really distasteful thing to mock, given that they're all, oh, that was cool, given that they're all trying to just do their part in their own way. I don't know, I think it's just really distasteful to mock any of them. But he had the whole class basically saying, oh, the Army's for pussies and all that. It was just really stupid. A lot of them would take pride in it. That's one thing I will say for the people in ROTC, is they are the most prideful people I have ever met. They just take so much pride in what they do. But they basically thought that the rest of the school kind of looked up to them. That's what the instructor said. And I don't know, at least at my school, the ROTC kids kind of got bullied a lot. Yep, so we just have another of these big guys to defeat. If I can help it, I don't want to defeat him the same way as last time, because I don't really have that much health, but just beat him a legit way. So I feel the need to inform you, I am in my room instead of the living room, and there is a moth bugging me, flying all around. But anyway, so yeah, I failed, and so I had to take PE in summer school. Well, at summer school, okay, 8 red coins, 8 coin puzzle with 15 pieces. This is probably the easiest red coin mission there is. As such, of course, I'll be doing the 100 coin mission with it. Last time I forgot to do the red coin mission, or the 100 coin mission on this mission, but whatever. So yeah, let's take care of him first. There we go. And so, basically, I kind of got reintroduced. I became friends with someone that I would consider more of an acquaintance beforehand. Oh shit, that shell's not there. You know what? I'm gonna wait until the shell's there to do 100 coins, so I'll just do the red coins. Sorry for the spoilers, yes, there is a shell. So yeah, I don't know, it's just, so I did become friends with this kid, and Jesus Christ. Yeah, sometimes it really feels like the puzzle is actively trying to get you. And I don't know if there's any truth to that or whatever, but yeah. What else? Yeah, so I was in this PE course with this friend, and he was flirting with this girl, and she was of the same race, and I'm not gonna say what race that was, but they were both of the same race, and I was kind of hanging out with them too, and they were kind of flirting with each other, splashing each other and all that, and I guess I kind of, you know, joined in or whatever. So her cousin, her male cousin, who I'd previously met, well, I hadn't really met him, but I had seen him around before. He went to a different school. Okay, I'm in the totally wrong place. He went to a different school. He just kind of joined my school for the purposes of the summer school. I had previously joined him for a different occasion, which was kind of a gap for delinquent type kids. Because, like I said, I was kind of trouble in school, but it was kind of a gap for delinquent kids between high school and middle school, and I basically pissed everybody off in the class by informing a teacher that the, quote, cool kid in the class had a lighter and was lighting my plastic chair on fire and melting the chair, and it came inches from my shirt. So everybody in the class pretty much hated me because I got the kid booted out of class, so it wasn't a good experience. So anyway, this kid was back with his cousin, Daisy. I think her name was Daisy. So I'll try to do 100 points here, but we'll see. So anyway, I splashed Daisy. So as we were going, yep, here's the shell. So as we were going, and the shell can go over lava like this. Kind of cool actually. I like that element of it. But ride it as long as I can, and as slow as I can, preferably, so to maintain better control. Anyway, so Daisy, what was that? Oh yeah, her, oh shit, that almost ended badly. So her cousin really didn't like me. He was very overprotective, and I'm overprotective of my, you know, female cousin too. I mean, the world is kind of, I don't know, the world is kind of sexist, I think, for the most part, against women, but the extent that this kid went to was a little just over the top. And so what he did is, on our way back to the locker room to change into our regular clothes again from swimming, because it was in the summer, so our PE course was basically swimming. He basically confronted me, opened up his backpack, showed me a knife that was, I would guess, a buck knife. It was pretty fat. It was had a pretty fat blade, and he basically said something along the lines of, "I strongly recommend you staying the fuck away from my cousin." And I'm normally somewhat of a smartass, but that was kind of the point where I'm just like, you know what, you're fucking crazy, I'll do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, just, you know, just stay away from me from now on. So yeah, that was another thing. Yeah, the guy who tried to light my chair on fire during summer school, I had actually had previous problems with the kid, and it's what kind of got me into the mindset that teachers and authority figures really don't do much. His father went to school and was like best friends with the dean at the school, at my middle school, and so, you know, he would just terrorize everybody. He would grope women. He was just really just such a scumbag, and he would just get away with everything because of his dad's connections, and it was just despicable. Just really, you know, it was just such a powerless, you know, I mean, I just felt totally powerless. You know, there's just really nothing I could do there. Okay, so I don't know if there's enough coins, but I'm sure as hell gonna do what I can. I think there were some bullies I forgot to boil, so like I said, I'll do what I can, but this isn't looking too good. I don't know why it's looking this bad, because I usually don't have many problems with this at all. Oh, I see some coins down there. If I'm only a few short, I'll try my luck down there. But this is the official way to go, to get the star we're after. Okay. So yeah, those are kind of some examples of kind of the conditions that my school was like, I guess. Previously, I saw an H.C. Bailey video, I don't remember which one, but he was talking about how nothing happened in his life. I mean, pretty much everybody around him was just like really clean and everything, so pretty stark contrast. So I'm going to save it right here before getting the star, and between videos I'll figure out whether I'm going to go down and get the coins or not. I'll maybe take advantage of this being an emulator and check it out down there, see if there's even enough coins. Anyway, goodbye and so long, see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.